Oh no, not more plant prints. Yes, more plant prints. Hello, jelly fans. Let me show you a plant I have in my kitchen. It is from the Canary Islands and has these amazing little flowers. Oops, these fell right off. Here's one that is still attached. It always has 7 flower buds together. Isn't this amazing? I want to use it for a print, not wasting more than these 3. Here, I'll show you closer. Little porcelain pillows with glass flowers inside. And I have an allium that is called Fireworks Allium. You can see I tested it for printing already. And some more buds of an allium that's dried already. This is a dried poppy seed head, I think you would call it. It's difficult to print because it's very hard, but I'll try. Also, I'm going to try something about this favorite color of mine, the Quinacridone Nickelazo Gold, which I have only some remains of, both the golden open and the golden fluid acrylics. Everybody, including me, is devastated that it's not being produced anymore, and no one seems to know why, really. But this is not as terrible as it may seem. I purchased the transparent red iron oxide from the Golden Open series. And for you, I'm making a little test, rolling it out and see how alike they are. This is the Nickelazo Gold. And here comes in the transparent red iron oxide. And when I roll it out, you can already see how similar they are. So don't worry. What I'm doing now is taking a little transparent yellow oxide, I think it's called, and mix it with a red color. And now it's a little brighter and looks very much like the one on top there, the orange Nickelazo Gold. So it's not really that bad. Just get the red stuff and the yellow stuff and mix it. I'm taking the school watercolor paper. It's a little thin, it's probably 90 GSM. And also I'm gonna take one more print with rice paper. And here are my 3 little buddy buds, blossoms from the canary plant. And I'm using, for the first print, I'm using the black. And later I will also mix in some Quinacridone Nickelazo Gold and the new red color. Because when you mix them and you print the flowers again, the golden open stays wet on the plants and therefore it will mix interestingly. I've done this before often, and I'm just gonna show you that again. To add some interest to the background, I'm partly using some gift wrapping band, that's probably called. And then I put a deli paper on top and squeeze it everywhere so that the plants are really well defined in the print. And also in the part where the gift wrapping band is, you have to press even harder and detailed. Note that this is a deli paper, it's not a rice paper. The deli paper makes these interesting effects, halos and stuff, which you'll see in a minute. And look how interesting the remains of the paint are on the wrapping tape, on the wrapping fabric. I can use them for collage later, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. I can already tell that this is a very interesting print. Very nice. It inspires me already to draw and paint on it. And I have drawn and painted on it, and this is a little teaser, but this will be in part 2 because I already have too much footage, as usual. So I have left the remains of the black print, and now I'm coming in with the red and the yellow and mixing it a bit, but not too much, to make it more interesting. Please note that the marks I make with the brayer often stay on the plate and give me just a little hint of graphic design, which is important for the workout for me later. And here comes my little flower. And it's totally disappointing. They don't make very good marks, obviously. Trying to get the same effect again on this one with the gift wrapping band. And I've cut new pieces because I want to keep those for collage, as I said. That deli paper again. I love it that you can already see through it where you've been with your fingers and not where not. You always have to push around tightly around the stems and the little flower buds to get every little part of them. And the pickup with the deli paper makes nice collage paper too. At this point, I want to say, as I work with the etching inks often, if you use this with etching inks and you want to have collage paper, it's not so good to use the deli paper with that, because the etching ink basically never really dries on the deli paper. But it works very well with the golden open. And with this print, you can see how the remaining black on the flowers themselves made this mixture of paints, and that was I was looking for. And you see these sort of halos around the plants. This is what the deli paper makes if a color is still wet. You can do that with etching ink and the golden open acrylics, but it wouldn't work with regular acrylics. And here's what I promised with collage-wise. I think it was Jane who said she wanted a collage with this rusty, lovely little thingy. But that's going to be the video in 2 weeks, I guess. So I'm already looking for collage papers that would fit this little thingy. The next print I'll be working on with another wrapping tape, which has a sort of broken through texture. This time I want to mix not the red, but the Quinacridone Nickelazo Gold, the rest that I have, with the black. But I soon noticed I put too much black on the jelly plate, and that would have ruined the layer. It would have been almost dark if I'd used it all, so I'm taking parts of this off. What you really have to take care about is that the layer is always very thin, especially with the plants, because if it is too thick, it'll just, you know, make blobs that are not in any way interesting, and everything won't react as nicely. Trying the poppy seed head here. It is very hard and has some sharp edges, so be careful not to hurt your Gelli plate. It's strange, these patterns are so regular, it doesn't look like a natural thing really. Here I'm trying to print the poppy from the side, which is working not so good, but I wanted to try that. Putting the fabric on. And same with the Deli paper. And more nice collage paper. And I really like how the color turned out in this print. And the Quinacridone Nickelazo Gold and the black gave me a kind of a reddish brown, which I like. Oops, printed something on the back when it was on the Gelli plate. This one's very inspiring for me, and I'm gonna work it out in the part 2 of this video. Mixing some of the black with the Quinacridone Nickelazo Gold. Man, I'm actually happy that it's not sold anymore because I don't want to pronounce it anymore. It's driving me mad, this name. So maybe that was the reason it was cancelled. Yeah, anyway, I'm mixing in a little more of the you know what and to get it a little lighter. And I still have yet another gift wrapping band that I have to try. And coming in with a plastic sheet that was holding printing labels, just to give it some more graphic interest. And this time I'm taking the print with the rice paper, Chinese rice paper. Actually, I think it's not rice, but mulberry. The package doesn't say, unfortunately. And I love this one, but I know it's going to be difficult to paint and draw on it because of the paper. My cheap watercolor paper is empty, so I'm gonna use Fabriano, which it's a sketch paper. It also has 90 GSM. And I want to take what's left on the plate after it's dried with a white color. And well, the paint hasn't really dried, and because of the golden open, it stays wet for so long, and that could be a problem. Going in with the plastic sheet again, taking the print, and as you can see, you can't see much, but it's a very nice background, which I want to print some more flowers on. Unfortunately, the camera didn't roll here, and I made another print and took it up with this cotton box, which also gave a nice graphic design at the same time. So I printed that on top of the nice background. And it's an even nicer background. And before I took off paint with the box, I took off the paint with this silk paper, which was a closed packing, and it's also very nice collage paper. And now for the last one I'm doing today, I'm just trying to use the golden fluid acrylics, which is obviously, I think it's a tad darker than the golden open. And only sprinkling on some water with a water spray bottle with the adjustable nozzle, which works great. And you have to take the print fast, as this is not the golden open anymore, but the regular fluid acrylics. I absolutely love this one. I'm taking off a little more water because it's still wet with the tissue. It looks like fireworks or something like that. So this could well be the basics for my collage. And well, I'm showing you what pieces I could use to do this with. I don't know, it's just some ideas, but I think I want to do that in a landscape format. But that's in 2 weeks. And next week, I'm going to show you what I did with all these prints from today. See you then. Bye.